She's 18 months old. She was born with cranial synostosis. It's where the plates in the head stick together in the womb. So she's had 3 ops now.
In 10 months.
In 10 months.
He was born and they thought that he had something wrong with his head. Then he got referred over to the hospital because his skull had fused.
Basically, he started coming to Alder when I was from 3 months old. I was born with a dent at the side of my head, and my mum and my parents were like, my family was worried, like, cause they didn't know what it was.
I think it was from when she was about a couple of weeks old when she started holding her head straight for the first time. She had a swelling on the back of her head.
I've been in Alder Craniofacial department for like ever since I was born, really, like 4 months old. I had an operation and that, and a couple of years ago I had another head operation, but they've just been brilliant here.
Craniofacial is any child that is born with any abnormalities of the face or the skull.
The areas which are affected by those conditions include the brain, the areas around the eyes, the areas between the nose and the top jaw, and the area of the mandible, the lower jaw effectively.
When a child is born, it's very difficult because, you know, like most parents with newborn babies, they want the baby to be perfect.
One of the big challenges, I suppose, is that at the moment, relatively few of our patients are diagnosed antenatally.
And when they're born, the parents obviously go to pieces, so that's when we actually step in and we try and help them the best we can.
It's really hard to explain how you feel, because you know there's something up, but you don't know what and what the long term is going to be.
I mean, that first consultation was a nerve-wracking experience because it's in a room with 12 consultants, really, isn't it? Different specialisms.
When they come to the clinic, what they come to is a big room which is full of people who, between them, are able to answer all of their initial questions and provide them with a safety net to say, well, okay, this is a problem, and this is something that is going to result in a lifelong relationship between the family and the patient and the team, and that's something that establishes itself very, very quickly.
From that moment, you just put all of your faith into the team.
I think the main concern was there going to be enough room for her brain?
If we have a skull that isn't growing, it's like a box and it stops the brain from actually pushing outwards these sutures.
So she was 7 months old, the first one, and that was because the head was flat at the back. So they had to take the back of the skull out and put in 2 metal bars, one either side of her face, and we had to turn the bars twice a day to push the back of the skull out to make room for her brain to grow.
For the first 3 years of his life, we literally lived in here. Every other week he was getting sent in and to do with his operations. Then he had really bad chest infections and stuff like that all the time. So, if it wasn't here, basically, you just don't know what you would have done.
Alder has been like my second home. The craniofacial team have been fantastic, all the way through my operations and stuff.
They've just been brilliant. They've just been so understanding and, you know, so compassionate, and to me they haven't really been like staff, they've been like friends. I mean, Joan is like my older sister.
It's to make the place and the environment happy for them to come in when they have to come in for major surgery, which a lot of them have to come in for.
You don't feel like they're doctors and surgeons. You just you come in, you just feel like you can sit down, relax, and like your friends basically. So it's played a really, really big part. He comes in, he's like, "Where's Joan? Where's Joan?" Do you know what I mean?
Where's Joan?
You know they're going to go through lifelong procedures, so you try and lead the pathway for them to make it as easy as we possibly can for them.
You do get the support, and you know, you've got to put confidence in the people that are here. Unfortunately, the confidence that you're putting in the people is the right people.
They've said to us there's nothing that they can't deal with, and that's what you've got to believe, that they can do, you know, everything.
I just think the craniofacial team's amazing.
They make me feel like you're number one, you're their priority.
They're like heroes, really.
I should know, I've been coming here for like 18 years practically, so it's just, they're all brilliant.
I think now with this unit, because they get the kids together, the kids see that there's other people like them, and that there is, and what they go on to do, and what they go on to be.
I don't think I can get any close to normal. Like, I've got friends, I go out to parties and stuff. What I've got, it doesn't hold me back from doing anything that I want to do.
Well, I'm actually at uni at the moment. I'm in Edge Hill University in Ormskirk, and I'm doing primary school teaching, which is what I've always wanted to do.
I am literally the definition of a normal teenager, basically, which I never thought I would be, like, growing up feeling different from everyone else.
Alder has changed my life, really.
Without them being there, then there's no doubt, you know, our problems in dealing with what Ruby had would have been 10 times worse without this.